I really feel relaxed and pretty flexible today. And after a week of riding a bike 300 miles, your whole schedule and everything else just kind of changes. And just want to share a little bit about this week and just share it in terms of what I want to share as a message. It's not the message that I had originally planned and anticipated for today, but this is fresh. It's fresh and it's new, and it's something that just really, to me, spoke to me in volumes over this past week. The church. What is the church? Let me just share with you an additional passage of Scripture from Matthew, beginning chapter 22, beginning at verse 34. When the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they came together, and one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question to test him. Teacher, which is the great commandment of the law? And he said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the great and the first commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love the Lord, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend all the law and the prophets. As I said earlier, over the course of this last week, every morning we would get up and we'd have breakfast and we'd have our devotions. And we'd share any God moments anyone had from the previous day. It was interesting. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the experiences that were shared. And it was, I guess, Thursday morning going east about 5 miles out of Fort Byron, New York. We're going west, riding west out of Fort Byron, New York. It just kind of came to me. There were 3 experiences that were shared that as I was thinking about it, I thought, wow, this is the church. This is the church at work. And this is the church how it works the best. And this is the church the way Jesus did. And it was on my bike at about 9 o'clock in the morning, this past Thursday, that I thought, this is what I have to share. And this is what I really need to talk about because I think it's important. Those who are bikers understand probably some of the dynamics I'm going to talk about. What the church is all about and what we're about as it applies to our lives in the church and how we work and function and make the church be the church. We had on this ride, it was really pretty cool. 3 generations. We had a son, a father, a grandfather. All 3 riding this past week. That was pretty cool. The father and the son rode tandem. The grandfather, the older of the 3, of course he rode his own bike, but the father and the son were on a tandem. Now let me tell you about Tommy. Tommy, when we started on Monday, was 11 years old. When we finished on Friday, he was 12. We celebrated Tommy's birthday. On Thursday night, we had a cake and just a great time. It was his birthday. This was his 4th year ride. Every year, Tommy has ridden tandem with his father and got along really well. This year was different. He rode tandem with his father, but one day on one leg. Now, we rode between the shortest leg we ran, 4 a day. The shortest one was 12 miles. The longest was 25 before a break or lunch or whatever we had. This was one of the shorter runs. I think it was between 12 and 15 miles. Tommy brought his own bike. He wanted to do a leg by himself. And he did. He did. He did. This is the first time he did any leg of this run by himself. And he was talking about that with several of the other riders afterwards. And they asked him, how'd you do, Tommy? How was it? He says, well, he said, it was hard, but it was good. I made it. It was hard. And they said, well, tell me, do you like it better that way or the tandem? How do you like that? What do you like better? And he said, I'll have to admit, I enjoyed riding by myself. But he said, I like it a lot better when I'm riding on that tandem behind my father. That's an awesome statement when you stop to think about it. Isn't that where we begin with the church? You know, we can try taking this journey of life by ourselves, and we can do it. Yeah, you can go through life by yourself. People do it all the time. But how much better it is when we're riding together in tandem behind our Father. That's where the church begins. That's where our life as a church begins. As individuals, as a congregation, we ride tandem with our Father who's in front of us. And He's the one that determines the direction. He's the one that's basically going to determine the speed and where we're going to go and how we're going to get there. And that's so crucial that we have to begin with that. We have to begin on that tandem with God ahead of us, leading the way, directing us in what we do and who we are as individuals and as a church. It works for both in our lives and corporately, who we are as a church. God has got to be the one. He's got to be the Father that's leading the way for us on that trip. That was a pretty awesome moment as Tommy shared that, as we thought about that concept of riding that tandem behind our Father. Second day of the trip, guess who had a flat tire? I have a trophy. This is a stem from my tire. My stem broke. We got to the first stop of the day. The nice thing, I wasn't the first flat of the day. We had one fellow that had a flat tire before he even had breakfast. I don't know how that, he walked out and the tire was flat. We got to our first break, and I'm standing about the distance from this rail, about this far away from my bike, and I thought I'd give Sharon a call and just let her know we got to the first leg and just say hi and good morning. And I'm talking to her, just taking a minute or so, and all of a sudden I hear a big bang. And I hear this hiss of air. And I look down and I see